Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, and if you're a new subscriber, you're welcome. Here I teach on how to cut and sew basic streetwear just like the one you're about to see now, such as round neck, sweatshirt, hoodie, joggers, and many more. So today I'm going to be cutting a round neck t-shirt. We're going to be learning how to cut a round neck t-shirt like the one you see on the thumbnail. I make that. So this is the remain of the fabric that I made for a family shoot. So I'm going to be using this fabric now to make the t-shirt. And yeah, if you want to make a t-shirt, you need like 1.5 yard, but this is around 1 yard or so, but I'm going to be managing it. So to cut your round neck t-shirt, the first thing you need to do, the free round neck t-shirt, the first thing you need to do is to calculate your measurement. And what you use to cut your t-shirt is the largest circumference of the body. Now, let's take for ladies. A lady largest circumference sometimes mostly is the hip measurement, and for guys it's always the chest measurement, and for some ladies it could be the bust. Do you understand? But right now I am working with my own measurement, and I'm working with the largest circumference of my body, which is my hip measurement. I am 46 inches. I use 46 inches for my hip measurement. So what I'm going to do is divide it by 4. So if I divide 46 right now by 4, it's going to give me to 11.5. Is that right? It's going to give me 11.5. So I'm going to be adding 0.5 to it for joining allowance. Are you getting it? So that's going to give me 12 inches, right? 11.5 plus half of an inch, 0.5, is going to give me 12 inches. So that is what I am going to be using to cut out this round neck, so that when I wear it, it's going to enter freely, pass through my chest, my bust, and down to my waist, and then sit perfectly on around my hip side. So I'm going to be folding this fabric now into four places using 12 inches, and that is what I have done here. I folded my fabric by 12 inches. You can see that is 12 inches, and is into four places because I'm going to be cutting the front and the back piece together. So after doing this, the first thing to do is to take your starting line. Well, I'm going to be using this upper part that I'm trimming out right now as my starting line. You can draw a starting line if the edges are not straight enough, but I'm going to be using that. Remember, I said I was going to be managing the fabric, so no wastage here. So the first thing to do is to take my shoulder measurement, and the 12 inches I calculated is what I am going to be using all through. That is what I am going to be using all through. Is what I will use for my shoulder measurement. It's what I will use for my bust measurement, for my waist measurement, till the end of this round neck. That is 12 inches there for my shoulder measurement. So after taking my shoulder measurement, I'm going to be taking my neck measurement. Now for the front neck depth, I'm going to be using 4 inches. Well, I'm supposed to have done that before. For the neck width, you can see the wideness is 4 inches. And for the front neck depth, it is also 4 inches. I use 4 inches for the wideness of the neck for both front and back. But for the front neck depth now, I am using 4 inches as well. So I'm going to be connecting the 4 inches to the width, the depth of the neck now to the width of the neck, as you can see in the video. So after taking the front neck depth, I'm going to be taking the back neck depth, and for the back neck depth, it is 1 inch. I'm going to be using 1 inch. So note that the back neck depth and the front neck depth is not always the same thing, but the wideness is always the same thing. That is the width of the neck. Exactly. So you can see me, I'm using my free hand to make the neck curve. So after taking my neck measurement, the next thing I am going to be doing is to take my shoulder slant. So from where my shoulder line ends, I'm going to come down by 2 inches. 2 inches as seen in the video, as you can see. Then I'm going to connect the line into my neckline as seen in the video. So after that, I am going to be taking my armhole measurements. Now, my normal armhole measurement is 9 inches, but because this is a round neck, I'm going to be adding 1 inch to it. Or another way you can get your armhole measurement is whatever you use for your shoulder measurement. Remember, I use 12 inches as my shoulder measurement, right? So I'm going to subtract 2 from it. So you could use 11 as your shoulder measurement. Maybe when you calculate your own circumference, you can get 11 at the end of the day. You subtract 2 from it. That is going to give you 9 inches as the armhole measurement. But right here, my is 12 and I subtract 2 from it. It gives me 10. Or your normal armhole measurement, you can add 1 to it. Either of the two ways. That's how you get your armhole measurement. But the simplest way is to subtract 2 from whatever you use as a shoulder measurement. Now, I've taken my armhole measurement and I am just going to, which is 10 inches. So I'm going to reconfirm my 12 inches at that part. Remember, that is my bust area. So I'm going to reconfirm the 12 inches. You can see. So, and then you connect it. You just connect it that way. It doesn't mean you can make your L shape and then bring out your armhole curve. Do you understand? But right here, it's not necessary for me. I don't want it too deep. I just use my free hand to make a curve there. But if you want to go with the process, it's okay. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is to take the full measurement of my t-shirt. Well, an ideal measurement for a normal t-shirt is around 29, 30, 31 or so. So this t-shirt is going to be around 30. You can see the foldness is not aligning down there. So I'm just going to go with where the thing ends, where the line ends. I'm going to go with that. So after cutting it out, I think I got around 30 inches. Do you get? So I'm just going to go with what is remaining for the end, at the end of this thing, because it's not that long. It's around 31, 32. So you are going to be after bringing out your bust area, then you go to probably the waist side, reconfirm your 12 inches all the way down. That is what I am doing. I am reconfirming the 12 inches all the way down to the end of the length of this round neck, and then you connect it together. You connect the dots that you make to make a straight line all the way up to the bust area. As seen in the video, you can see I'm trying to make a straight line following the dots that I make. Can you see that? So the reason for making those lines, reconfirming it, is just to get a straight line, so that when you're sewing, one end is not that long. You can see I'm going to be cutting through that part where the line ends. You can see. So I'm going to make a straight line across to meet the other end like that, as seen in the video. So your own can be longer. We are using the proper and the sufficient fabric, enough fabric. So you're not going to encounter management the way I am managing this fabric right here. So you get it. So make sure you get enough fabric. You're going to be needing 1.5 yards to be sufficient for you. So after making these lines, the next thing I'm going to be doing now is to cut out these borders following the lines. But remember to always cut with the back neck measurement first. If you cut with the front neck measurements, you end up having 2 front pieces. But cut with the back neck measurement first. So when you cut with the back neck measurement, then you can now detach it and trim out the front neck depth. So you can see, just cut through the lines that you have made, like so, as seen in the video. Up you can see that I cut first with the back neck measurements. Remember, we are cutting both the front and the back together. Sorry for the break in transmission here. So this is the front piece. So you can see I'm done cutting, and I'm just going to arrange it down now and cut out the neck like so. So this is how it's done. Sorry for the dark part. It's because I use CapCut and I have to join the videos. I forgot to re-edit it. So please, it's just going to, I'm sorry for that. So you can see me trimming it out like so. So after doing that, we have our front and our back piece now. the next thing to do is to cut out our sleeve. This is what I have left, guys. And for the circumference of my sleeve now, I'll be needing 9 inches, which is my actual armhole measurement. I'll be needing 9 inches. But after folding this thing into 4, I got 8.5. I got 8.5. So I'm just going to make use of it like that. So if you are cutting your own, whatever you use for your armhole, I use 10 inches for my armhole. Remember, I'm just going to subtract 1 from it, which is going to give me 9 inches, right? Which is my actual armhole measurement. So if you use your own as 9 inches for your armhole, subtract 1 from it, it's going to give you 8. So that is what you should use for the circumference of your sleeve that you want to cut out. So I'm going to be folding this thing now into 4. You're going to see it. I'm going to measure it out. You see what it gives me. I'm just trying to make sure the whole thing is straight there, to make the folded edges, so that I can get, I'm trying to see if it will be up to 9 inches, but it wasn't enough. It's so bad. So please don't mark this video. My camera shifted to portrait while I was doing making the video, from portrait to landscape, I don't know. So just bear with me, but I hope you can see what I am doing here. I'm just trying to cut out the sleeve. So I folded the fabric now into 4. So if you I've measured across, I didn't get 9 inches. I got 8.5. 8.5, that's what I got. 8.5 is not up to 9 inches. If you can see very well, 8.5 is what I got. So I'm going to be using it that way. So from there, I'm just going to come down there by 5 inches. I'm going to come down by 5 inches. From that end, you come down by 5 inches, like so, as seen in the video. Come down by 5 inches, and then you just make a free hand curve, like so. Don't make any kind of scallopy or something like that. This is a round neck t-shirt and not a kind of blouse or a body hug. Do you get? So make your free hand curve like so, like you're making an arc or a C. I don't know how to explain that. Just see what I did in the video, and then yep. So after that, I'm going to take my round sleeve. My round sleeve is 8 inches. So I'm going to make the round sleeve 8 inches, and the length is also 8 inches. My length is also 8 inches. So right now, my length is 8 inches. I have 9 inches there. So I'm going to be folding 1 inch, and it's going to give me 8 inches. You can make it longer, except you are making an oversized round neck. If you're making an oversized round neck, you can make your sleeve like 10 or 12 below the elbow or around the elbow. Do you get? And you know that making an oversized t-shirt is going to be longer. You can make it around 38, and it's going to be very bigger. Instead of you working with your exact hip measurement or larger circumference of the body, you're going to be adding like extra 3 inches or 4 inches after calculating it. Instead of me, the one I add 0.5, you're going to be adding like 3 inches to it to get that. So this is me cutting out my sleeve. I'm just trying to taking my time to explain that part for you. If you want to make oversized t-shirts, I think I'm going to be making that in one of my videos. So this is my sleeve. My sleeve is ready. So after cutting out my sleeve, I'm just going to notch it. Then our sleeve is ready. So the next thing to do after cutting my sleeve is to cut out the neckband. Now this is the neckband that I use for the family or t-shirt, and this is what is remaining. You can see it here. So this is a rib, and this rib is available in different color. This is different from the fabric that I use. This is a rib that is normally used for the neck of a t-shirt. The one that you see that is used for t-shirt or a sweatshirt, hoodie, that is used as the wristband and all of that. So this is what I'm going to be using. And for a normal neck of a t-shirt, you make use of 14 inches long and 2 inches wide. You can increase the wideness if you want that kind of t-shirt that choke the neck. You see that kind of t-shirt that choke the neck, you can increase the wideness of the band to 3 inches. Depends on how you want it choked. But me, I don't want it choked. I just want it to lay flat on the neck. So I'm going to be making it like 2 inches wideness and 14 inches long. You might be thinking, oh, with the 14 inches enter, it will enter into the neck because rib is always stretching. There are different types of rib. So when you get to the market, make sure you buy a stretchy one. The one you buy must be very, very stretchy. So this one right there is stretching. So I'm going to be cutting out 14 inches and 3 inches wide. 14 inches long. You can see I'm measuring up the wideness of the height now. You see the height? Yes, the height of the neck band, which is 2 inches. So I just want to make sure that I'm making this thing. I can easily cut it out, but I'm just trying to show us for the purpose of this tutorial. So that side to that end is 14 inches. So I'm just going to reconfirm the 2 inches height all the way so I can get a straight neck band. So if you are sewing for, remember I use 4 inches for the wideness of my neck. If you are making for someone for a small size, make use of 3.5 inches for the wideness, and for the front neck depth, make use of 3.5 and still cut the same 14 inches. It will still fit into the neck line. Exactly, because this band here is stretching. And the stretchiness, you stretch it out, you see it in the sewing video, is what makes it that way. So this is the sewing video. I'm going to be dropping the sewing video rather. So if you are new here, subscribe to the channel so that you get more of our videos. Click on your notification bell, put on your notification bell so that you'll be the first person to see our videos when we drop them. Thank you for watching, and see you again in my next video. Bye.